Hey guys, welcome to my show Talk It Out. The topic today is childless women. According to the U.S. Census Bureau's population survey in 2014, 47.6% of women between age 15 and 44 had never had children. Unsurprisingly, after age 30, those numbers drop and more women become moms. I'm here with Heather, who would like to talk about her reasons of being child-free at her age 33.
Yeah.
And she's here to tell us her story.
Well, thank you for having me, Michaela. I appreciate being your first guest on your show.
No problem. Thank you.
No problem. Where do you want to start?
Well, just introduce yourself. Tell us more about yourself.
My name is Heather, and I'm Michaela's big cousin. I'm 33. We reside here in St. Louis. I work for a student loan company, and I'm working on starting my own cooking business. I may have my own YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, please. But I don't know if it was a conscious or unconscious decision to have children. And I'm really not gonna get emotional, I promise. But a part of me feels like I had a conversation today with grandma before she passed away, and she said, I need you to do these 3 things for me. 1, don't be out here having a whole bunch of kids. 2, save your money. And 3, make sure you get your education. And I was like, okay, 2 out of 3, not bad. I'm still working on the saving.
Yeah.
But I do want children, and I don't want people to think that I don't want kids. It's just that it hasn't happened. And it's a lot harder than people think that it is to get pregnant. And I've done like all of this research, and I'm like, why do you know so much about having a baby yet you don't have a baby? But that's something that's really serious, to bring a child into the world.
It is.
And then to think about all of the responsibilities that come along with it. So sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want a baby and I just want to smell it and hold it and get that unconditional love.
Yeah.
And then a part of me is like, well, my friend's going out of town, or I want to go out tonight. Oh, turn up. So it's a balance. But now getting closer to 34, I'm like, so Jesus, am I going to have a baby, or am I just going to be TT for everybody? I had an interesting conversation with my mom actually Wednesday, taking her to the doctor, and she was like, I think that you need to start having kids, because I don't think that you want any. And I was like, Mom, why would you think that I don't want to have kids? And she was like, well, you're almost mid-30s and you don't even have one yet. I thought you would have slipped up one time. And I'm like, well, dang, coming from my mom to think, oh, well, I do want to have kids, Mom. I do want to make you a grandmother for a 4th or a 5th time, but just hasn't happened yet.
Right. So it's your choice not to have a child right now?
I don't know if it's my choice. It just really hasn't happened yet. The person that I'm with, I would love to have a kid with, because he is a super awesome father. He is patient. He is kind. He is giving, and he's a very hard worker. And I see how he is with his son.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, he was there watching Rylan. And like to see him when Rylan touched the trash can, and to see him like pick him up and put him on the toilet, and like he's like, okay baby, we gotta wash your hands. And I was just like,
so that's a turn on for you, a guy who already has a child who can show you what type of father
yes,
he is.
Absolutely, because it's people out here who have children, and I feel like they take that for granted, and it's people who either can't have children or choose not to be in their child's life. And it's just like, this, you were trusted with this soul to guide them through earth, and why would you want to take that for granted? I don't know.
Right. Do you feel like it's too late to find a guy who doesn't already have a child?
Ooh, yes. Mid-30s, I would expect someone to have at least one. And when people are like, you don't have any children, and you've never been on nobody's table to get rid of a child, like, no, never.
Right, so never aborted a baby, never gotten pregnant and had a miscarriage?
Never. Just so then I had the question of, well, like my sister, who I'm really close with, she was going to get her tubes tied after her third child, and she said, well, Heather, if for some reason you cannot have children, I will carry your child for you. I'm not going to get my tubes tied. And I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. But I haven't encountered men over 30 that don't have any children. Right. They have at least one.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to find someone your age who doesn't already have their first child, or maybe if they don't have a child, they probably don't want one.
True.
So.
And you can't change a person. Don't try. It's not gonna work.
So, are you afraid of infertility?
I am, and I have a doctor that I need to go to because they have like a pre-pregnancy planning checklist that you can do, and like they can check your hormone levels. There's apps that you can use to like track your ovulation and your fertile window. I have it on my phone, and I'm like, well, does it work? Does it not work? You can take it's ovulation kits that you can get, so it's all type of things that can help you. It's this watch called Ava. Clearly, I've done a lot of research about this. It's a watch called Ava that you can use, and it tracks your sleeping patterns, your temperature while you sleep. Some people use the basal body temperature method, so it's not like I don't want to have a baby or I haven't done research to get pregnant. It's just that that's a huge responsibility, and I don't know if I'm trying to get in God's way. If it happens, it's going to happen, or if like I don't want it to get to a point where it's like too scientific. Like if it happens, great. If it doesn't, I'll probably be devastated, but I can show my love in other ways. And if push comes to shove, my sister will carry my baby for me, and that'll be awesome. I don't have to deal with the back pain, the nausea, the delivery process.
Oh man,
none of that.
Labor pains. Whew.
Ooh.
Have you ever considered adoption?
Yes, and the place that I work now, they don't offer any type of assistance financially for adoptions. But my previous employer, since they're not here anymore, which kind of sucks, but they actually provided adoption financial assistance up to $10,000. So I actually thought about that, haven't like looked into it anymore, because you like want your kid to look like you, and like have your characteristics, and listen to your mom tell stories about. I remember, that's exactly what you used to do when you were little. Right,
like this. You see this stretch mark? This is the stretch mark you gave me. So yeah, I understand.
It is a lot of kids that need love and like stable homes and just people that love them. And if I'm unable to have a child on my own, I would definitely look into adoption.
So is there a part of you that you feel like you're missing?
Yes. Like there are times when I get sad about, I really wasn't gonna cry, but like there are times when I get sad about not having a baby, because I look at how excited my nieces and nephew get when they see my sister, and she be like, I literally went around the corner to the store, I came back, and they're just like, Mommy, and you just get that love, and you see how excited they are, and to see them grow. And I just am like, I feel like I've gone to college, I've had a couple businesses, I've been promoted within Fortune 500 companies, and everyone's like, okay, you go on trips, you are single, well, single as in unmarried, but you don't have any children, like, lady, are you crazy? And I'm just like, you people don't know that sometimes I sit at home and cry.
What age do you think is too old to have a child?
Ooh, I think that a part of me feels like I'm too old now, because I don't want to go to my child's school program and the kid is 10. Well, let me say this. Let me backtrack, because we age very well in our family. So well. So I would say early 40s maybe. Because then you have to think about, okay, you're in your 50s when a kid is like 10. Right. You're in your 60s or close to 60 when they're going to prom and doing high school stuff, and what if it's activities and like that's. So I would say no older than like 42. I think that after that, that's you pushing it.
Okay, that's like your cutoff. Like if I don't have a child by this age, then it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and I think that would be hard to do, but it is what it is. You just have to stop. You got to cut it off and move forward at some point. Yeah.
So you said you went to college, you graduated college, you have your own place, own car, good job right now. So are you pretty much complacent with the life that you have right now?
No, I definitely want to strive for more. I'm working on 2 business opportunities. One is talking to high school students about student loans, borrowing responsibly, and I actually have an LLC for that. It's just figuring out how to get into the schools and get paid for it to talk to them about it. And then working on having a food truck, so I make cakes, I make all this great food. So just trying to facilitate getting a health license, getting my apartment inspected. So I have some things that I'm working on, but then I also have to think about, am I going to pursue those first before adding a child into the mix, or am I going to add a child into the mix, get a system going before adding those 2 additional responsibilities into what's going on in my life right now. So that's also a struggle, dealing with like, okay,
well, I mean, you have to balance it regardless if it happens after or before.
And you can't really plan it. Like your child is, I know that my child will dictate my life. If they're sick and they can't go to daycare, then I have to take off of work or see if somebody else can watch my child and hope that they don't get sick as a result of it. And you talking about daycare expenses and, oh gosh, like, are you going to save as soon as they're born for them to go to college so that they don't have to take out loans? Like clothes, how quickly they grow, and the craziness of potty training, like teaching a person to understand, a separate person outside of yourself, to know when they need to go to the bathroom. Oh my gosh. Like my dog was sick and pooped on the floor, and I was like, I can't.
Right.
I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And he had to clean it up. I was like, you're a pro. God bless you. I couldn't do it. So what if my kid like explosive pooped on me? Am I gonna pass out? Like, what am I supposed to do?
You'll probably get used to it after a while, cause when my son was newborn, he like exploded out of his diaper all on the bed. It was horrible. And then he kept pooping as I was like changing his diaper. So not trying to discourage you at all, but it happens.
Okay.
What advice would you give a woman who feels like they're too old to have children?
You're only as old as you feel. Make sure that you have an awesome support system in place, because whether you're young or old, it definitely does take a village to raise a child. Know your body. Do pre-health screenings first, because like I didn't know that your water intake helps to make sure that you have more viable eggs, and the vitamins and things that you do before you get pregnant are super essential as well to help you throughout your pregnancy and afterwards. So I don't think that you're ever too old, except for if you hit 43. But just make sure that you do your research and don't focus on too much of what people are saying. You're too old. Get a good support system for you emotionally, hopefully financially, and just people that are going to embrace you becoming a mother, because it's a great experience. I can't wait. But if God tells me to wait, I have to wait.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you're ever too old. You just have to have a really good support system in place and pre-plan as well, like before you even get pregnant too.
Thank you so much for being my first guest on my show, Talk It Out. If you guys like this interview, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I promise you I have good videos to come. And if you feel like you are a person that's too old to have a child right now, or if you can relate to this topic at all, please comment. I would love to see your feedback on it. And would you like to give out your social media information, Instagram?
Oh, sure. On Instagram, I'm h.talo84, and I post these great videos of these amazing cakes. You can get one. You can inbox me for them. And I'm on Facebook as Heather Crystal, Crystal with a K, Krystal. That's how I can be reached.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Next on Talk It Out.
I'm here with Avery, and she's going to talk about her sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. What are some of the stereotypes that people have of AKA?
I think a lot of people kind of just stereotype that we're the pretty girls. Yes, there are very beautiful women in the sorority, but that's not all we stand for. You know, we're very obviously dedicated to service, very dedicated to our schoolwork, to knowledge, just educating yourself, educating others.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much the main stereotype.